All right, guys, just under 27 hours away from kickoff. I'm very excited. Obviously, we've been fortunate to have such a wonderful opportunity here. And the hosts have been great. Everything's been fantastic. But our focus is 100% on the game. Our guys are dialed in, understand the importance of what we need to get done. I just had a good practice, but got to get off our feet, get rested, recovered, and be ready to roll tomorrow afternoon. Again, like I said, been so fortunate. Everybody's been first class here, but it's game time and we're dialed in.
Stephen and then Frank.
Coach, how impressed were you that your team was able to still focus on the game and while there are all these distractions? It seems like you guys have done a really good job of compartmentalizing this.
Yeah, this is probably has been as uptight as I've been about any game in my 23 years of coaching. I've been, people always ask you get nervous before games. Not really, but I think just everything else that's involved with this. That's a great thing about all bowl trips. There's a lot to do and a lot of other things. But then when you come to a beautiful place like Hawaii and so many wonderful opportunities for our student athletes to be involved with, the distractions are many. So we talked about being focused and dialed in. Knock on wood, obviously we still haven't played the game yet. We've got a lot more work to do. But I've been pleased. They behaved. They've done things the right way. Obviously, one more night here and got to get through. But the biggest focus will be all the way through to the end of the game. Anybody that's watched us play, we've got to be able to put together 4 quarters. So it's not just, up until this point, but all the way through. But I'm pleased with it, the maturity, the leadership of the group that's been able to handle themselves so far accordingly.
How were you able to do it with studying videos late into the night with, with that kind of backdrop? Did you just draw the curtains or something? And
yeah, our local media at Memphis gave me a hard time because I said I'm not sure if I'll have time to enjoy this trip, and regrettably, I still have yet to be able to stick my toe in the ocean yet. I know, the guys back home will give me a hard time, but maybe this afternoon or maybe tomorrow morning before everybody wakes up, I'll sneak down to the beach and enjoy it one time for myself. But yeah, it's a lot of nights just kind of watching film out from the balcony or just kind of doing some of those things, being able to relax that way. But again, everything's been first class and we're so appreciative.
Frank and then Evan.
Hey, Ryan, one last game of the year. Is the message going into this game any different? Or is it, a typical, game plan message of any other game?
Yeah, look, we know how important this game is. We've talked about it. It's that fine line, Frank, of stressing the importance of this game, but also allowing our guys to go out and play with the right mindset approach. We don't need them all be the one that can be uptight. Let them be a little bit loose, and their focus level has to be great in meetings and obviously when the ball gets kicked off. But, just talking about finishing the right way, finishing this season the right way for these seniors. For a lot of guys, this will be their last time as Memphis Tigers suiting up and what we're playing for. So it's all those messages will be shared and will continue to be.
I was looking at the depth chart. I see that, Brandon Thomas isn't listed on the depth chart. I know he's been out with injuries. What's his status in terms of, did he travel with the team or not?
Yeah, we had, Frank, I want to say, I think 7 guys that had season-ending injuries that did not travel with the team. And he was one of them. Brandon is still part of our team, part of our roster. In fact, him and I were texting yesterday, so he's in good spirits and pulling for us. I know we'll be yelling at their TV harder than him at 7:00 Central Time, pulling for his brothers. So he's doing well, obviously. But like a lot of our guys, just you guys know the number of injuries we dealt with this season, and it was by person basis whether we felt it was the best for them to travel.
And I'm just curious, when are you guys flying out after the game?
Right after. So,
Right after.
Yep. Hopefully we get to enjoy the celebration and then, shower and head out. But we're immediate trip back. The biggest thing for me is getting our guys back to the families that do have the ability to get home for Christmas, whatever time that may look like. That's as important as anything we can do for them as well.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Evan.
Hey, Ryan, speaking of injuries, just I guess we know Javon, and I think Javon is the one guy I know from the Tulane game who didn't play. So I'm just curious, what's his status at this point?
Yeah, Javon is full go. He's healthy and well and excited to add him back in the fold.
Cool. Okay. And so I guess for you guys, you mentioned just trying to finish strong and just trying to make sure that you guys, end the season on the right note. How much has it been kind of looking back? I mean, maybe not look back to last year, but you mentioned, hey, last year we were able to focus and get this done. Is that kind of the message you send to like harken back for these guys, something more immediate besides just say finish the fight?
Yeah, I think, and Evan, me, I always kind of tell Frank's question, like I try not to spin the message too much week to week, right? Because 18 to 23-year-olds, I always want to know what's the general census of message that the head coach is trying to send and what are we trying to accomplish week in and week out. And sometimes it's successful and it's that message worked, but obviously it needs to show up in the scoreboard. But for our guys, the only way I've harped on back last year is, hey, they got the bowl win and some of those guys remembered it. And so the opportunity to be the first team in program history went back-to-back bowl games. And so obviously it's a different team than last year. Next year, the roster turnover, guys, as you guys know in college football, I mean, every year it's going to be almost over a third new players every year. And that's just where we're at. But those guys that have been around, I say the ride or die crew, those guys have been here 6 years with me. We've been through it all. And so it finished the right way on top with, being able to do something in program history.
Definitely. And then my last question is, I know we saw a report that I guess Hawaii is dealing with some players who are in quarantine right now. So just out of curiosity, since most of us aren't there, one, how concerned are you with that over the next 24 hours? And are you guys at this point still in pretty good shape as far as that goes? Anybody possibly in quarantine or anything like that?
Yeah. So, look, obviously our concern is for the health, safety, and well-being of the Hawaii student athletes. I just hope that they're all okay and asymptomatic and feeling okay. We understand this is something that's going throughout our world right now. But as long as they're healthy, that's what's important to me. I have been in communication with Coach Graham and Larry Beach and Jeff Crane have been in communication with their department. We feel comfortable they'll be healthy and able to play. And kind of harp back on that. We've gone through this last year where we went to Tulane with 60 something players. And even this year, the way injuries and opt-outs and transfer portal works, I mean. We're down quite a few guys like we were this year. So it's not like we're traveling. We got 117 guys that are going to be dressed out there. And then, knock on wood, right as of now, we feel pretty comfortable with where we're at as far as the health of our team.
So at this point, you would say that you guys at this point probably don't have the same level of, would you say you guys don't have the same level of issues that we've seen Hawaii reported as right now?
Yeah, I mean, as you guys know, we don't ever report the issues, but right now we feel like our team's in a healthy, well-being state.
All right. Thank you, Ryan.
All right, thank you, everyone.